During the holidays, a brutal series of murders strike fear into the city of Gotham. Batman sets out to pursue the serial killer with the support of police officer James Gordon and District Attorney Harvey Dent. Welcome to my channel. My name is Justin. Here we focus on your favorite content from streaming services and in theaters. If you guys love to watch movies and shows like I do, you guys are in the right spot. Batman: The Long Halloween Part 1 is based on the 1996 very popular Batman series. I actually just started reading this a few weeks ago, so I'm very excited to finish this series up. This is one of the most universally acclaimed Batman stories. It follows a younger Bruce Wayne during his second year as the Caped Crusader. This will be a two-part adaptation that sees Gotham City menaced by a serial killer that struck their targets on different holidays each month. This has a pretty solid voice cast with Jensen Ackles voicing Batman, Bruce Wayne. Naya Rivera voices Selina Kyle, Catwoman. We also have Josh Duhamel voicing Harvey Dent. This is probably one of the more impressive voice casts in the DC animated original films. There's a lot of moments that are absolutely pulled from the source material. There's certain lines, certain scenes that are just a faithful adaptation of that series. Having two parts to the movie, it really does provide a sense of urgency for Bruce Wayne, Harvey Dent, and James Gordon to find this serial killer. There's a lot of ties to the Falcone family, and is Harvey Dent being a suspect involving all of this before he does become Two-Face. And we also have the Joker in the movie. Batman has a lot on his plate as he's trying to find this serial killer, and we also have Selina Kyle within the film. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot of people that are prime suspects, and Batman's trying to juggle all of that. The film starts off right away by introducing the crime and having Batman be involved. There's a lot of story within here, and you get the sense at the end of this movie that there's still a lot more story to go on in the second film. So there's this sense of urgency surrounding this first part that's going to make the second part feel very, very quick with its pacing, probably because of how the initial setup was in the first film. This movie does a great job setting up a sequel. It does a great job of having this mystery and Batman be a detective. What I love about Batman is that he is a detective, and we see a lot in Batman movies or comic book series or animated shows that he doesn't feel like a detective at times. That's one of my favorite aspects of Batman, is his detective skills and working alongside James Gordon. And we do get that a lot in here. Since this is his second year as the Caped Crusader, we do see a lot of detective work in here that makes it for a more personal story for Batman as he's trying to hone his skills as the savior of Gotham City. So I really liked how they handled that detective aspect of Batman within here, because sometimes shows, movies, whatever it is, seem to forget that and try to go a different route with Batman, and I really liked it in here. There's also a really good relationship between Harvey Dent, James Gordon, and Bruce Wayne, as they all kind of have this common ground, this common understanding of trying to find this serial killer, interrogating certain villains like Calendar Man and Joker, trying to get to the bottom of this crime. And we learned that there's just so much we don't know, and that leads nicely into the second movie. Tim Sale's 1996 series had a distinct art style, and though this animation doesn't match that style, I do think that it looks really good. They have the darker outlines around the characters, but it does have this nice sense of grittiness to it when it comes to the crimes and the city of Gotham. It looks dark, it looks gritty, and matches the story and the tone of the series and the movie, not so much the art style from that series. Even though it is different, it's something within its own. Jensen Ackles does a great job voicing Batman. It feels very personal. down to earth, but also urgent, and also very curious as well, kind of mixing all these different emotions. A really strong scene at the end when he realizes that he needs to be better at being Batman. And Jensen Ackles is great at voicing Batman. I also like Josh Duhamel as Harvey Dent. And Naya Rivera, this is her last movie. She passed away almost a year ago, and didn't seem like too long ago. I really liked her as Selena Kyle. So the overall voice acting in here is really good. There are some changes here and there, but I do think that this is a pretty faithful adaptation for what I've read so far. I've read most of it, but from what I've seen from this movie and what I've read from the book, I do think that it is pretty faithful. There are some changes, but it's not vastly different from the source material and this new movie. So fans of the Long Halloween series will appreciate this movie for what it is, while offering a new style of animation, some great voice acting, and a pretty good pace that leads nicely into a second movie, which I think comes out in July. So hopefully I can finish the series before checking out the second part. I'm going to go ahead and give Batman The Long Halloween Part 1 a B. Thank you guys for checking my review for Batman The Long Halloween Part 1. Have you guys seen it? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.